Giving someone hope is one of the life's greatest gifts, because when you have nothing and you can hold on to hope, then you've got everything.
Terry is one of those people that when you get into her presence, you just automatically feel warm and you feel honored to be a part of her life.
I guess I'm a mom of 2 boys, so I think my family is most important. It's always a love-hate relationship with the boys, right? There's 4 years between them. Brian always wanted to do what Martin wanted to do. They did so many of the same things. They played baseball, they curled, they loved hockey, and together grew up. As a mom, you always worry about chronic disease. For your kids, that's the last thing that you want. It was just before Christmas, actually. It was December the 23rd. I was at work and doing hair, and I was with a client, and the doctor phoned and said, well, we have bad news. And January 6th, that Brian was supposed to start NAET, was his first day at the cross. And a tough, emotional 3-year battle with him. When you go through that much, from this very perfectly healthy child to someone that's, that ill, and then you walk him out of the cross in a wheelchair, and he just said, Mom, just stop for a minute. And he kind of looked around and he said, you know what? We're going to raise $1 million for the cross. And I was like, we just been through hell and back, and here's this child that has this commitment. I just thought, sure, Brian, we'll do that. In the back of my mind, I had no idea how we were going to begin, but I knew that I had the tools to start.
I couldn't imagine the task at hand either, but Terry knew the journey and hardships that Brian had went through, and she recognized what he wanted to achieve.
Well, I didn't think it was impossible, but I couldn't visualize the million. I could visualize helping. You look at the big picture, but you start small. The reason we chose a golf tournament was because Brian loved to golf. That's his passion. And of course, I didn't know how to golf. So for me, it was like, okay, let's do the golf. We had a bit of distance because he was in Manitoba. First, he said, well, let's maybe do Edmonton because you always have a better chance in the city. But I looked at him and I said, well, if I'm going to be managing this, we need to have it at home. I have my friends, I have family, people that can help me to put this together. In our first year, we actually raised $30,000, which was beyond my expectations.
It takes a lot of time and effort and asking and work and travel and running around to put on an event of this scale. And it's not just for a day. It's for many months of hard work to make something like this happen.
Boyle became a unique place to come to it. The fact that it's nestled in small town Alberta, it is a place where people come and socialize and gather, and everybody kind of knows everybody, and everybody's very welcoming. So when they come here, it's like, wow, this is pretty cool. And all the babas got together, and all my volunteers, and put on one of the most fantastic meals that you could ever have. And I think we became sort of a trademark for, we're coming for the meal, we're coming for the fun, and yeah, we're gonna golf. Cannot say enough thank you to all the volunteers that come out. I think like 70 strong most years. And then the further community, right? The outside community, the friends, the family, and the guests and the golfers, and all of those people that were a part and made this such a huge success.
Volunteers really make it happen, which is exceptional. Yeah. And the small town community, I mean, you can't say enough about it. They're just brilliant. And we couldn't do it without all the help of the people which are working probably right now.
It's become a legacy event now, but it's become something that other events strive to achieve. Brian walked out of that hospital and said, I'm going to make this hospital $1 million, and he did it, and then some. $1.8 million has been raised from this tournament to affect Albertans living with cancer. I believe it was very successful because of the amount of work the community of Boyle put into it. Terry was fundamental in making that happen. She's the captain of this ship, but there was an incredible number of volunteers that executed this tournament.
This belongs to everybody, and it does. It belongs to all my volunteers. It belongs to my boys. It belongs to the community. It belongs to Canada, really, because I am just the facilitator. Without everyone, this would not be possible. So it's about people and networking, and all of them willing to just open up their hearts and help.
I think we are most saddened to see it go because of the amount of inspiration that it gives to the Alberta Cancer Foundation. But also, it's the community respect that comes along with it that's now moving into a different direction.
Sometimes when you're into something for a very long time, you kind of don't always see outside the box. And so the boys were always making sure everything was as good as it could be. This next part of the journey will be different. It will still be amazing because we will be going forward with the Williams and Mudryk 100K for the cross. And I'm actually quite excited to go into it.
Terry is inspiring because she not only works very hard to make this happen, but she believes in the cause.
If you have a fire in your heart to help people, just go ahead, and you might make mistakes. That's okay. It's only if you fall and don't get up that you fail. So carry on and find ways. And it doesn't have to be big, because when you start small, you never know how big you will get.